This is GrantTalk, hosted by Libby Hikind, founder and CEO of GrantWatch and author of The Queen of Grants.
Hi, everybody. I'm Libby Hikind, and I am the host of GrantTalk, which is powered by GrantWatch.com. And today I have with me Stephen Silver, and he is the
grant manager for the Children's Rehabilitation Institute, TeletonUSA.
Very nice. And you're located in
San Antonio, Texas.
So tell me about the people that you serve. What do you do for the children?
It's a 45,000 square foot facility. The bulk of our kids, maybe 50, 60%, have cerebral palsy. There's another condition that we serve called spinal muscular atrophy. All of our children have some sort of muscular, skeletal, neuromuscular condition. We have physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy. We also have recreational therapy. We have counselors, social workers, and a nutritionist. The biggest thing that we have in our organization, we have a physical medicine and rehab doc, PM&R doc, and there's only 3 in San Antonio. That's very rare, where you have a physical med and rehab physician oversee the actual treatment. She develops a treatment plan.
How has GrantWatch helped you?
Giving a variety of grants that are out there, we're specific to Texas.
Oh, so you use texas.grantwatch.com.
Yeah.
So what grant did you find on GrantWatch that you were awarded?
The NAGEM Foundation. Now I get it every year. Harvey NAGEM, who is the benefactor, if you will, he's very generous. And we get anywhere ranging from $40,000 to $75,000.
Tell me, Stephen, what's your background? How do you come to be a grant writer?
My background is nonprofits. One of my first large grants, those days it was large, I wanted to do the history of the Jewish community in Kentucky. So I went to the Kentucky Commission for the Humanities, asked them for $10,000. Oh, wow, they gave it to me.
That's a lot of money in those days.
Grants are easier and they're harder. I mean, if you make a presentation to a donor, that's it. It's over, you go home. And they say yes or no. With a grant, the process could be very long. For example, we have an organization here in San Antonio called Charity Ball to serve children. And so you have your LOI, and if anybody's written the grant, they know that's a letter of interest. You get that approved, and then they say, okay, you can do the application. You do the application. And then in this case, they do a site visit, which is, in my case, tomorrow. After a tour, we'll sit around, ask questions, we'll respond, and then I'll have to wait a couple of weeks, and then they say, okay, that's it.
How much are you asking for?
Not much, $68,000 and change.
Now with AI happening, there are people that feel, well, I'll just let AI write the grant for me.
It doesn't work. I tried it.
It doesn't work that way, because if there's a site visit, they're going to hear you.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to, right? And the program that you're developing has to come from within the organization. Everybody needs to sign on to it. It has to be really fleshed out. And when they come, if AI wrote it, you're not even going to be able to speak about it.
Yeah, I did, for example, ChatGPT when I found out about it. And I had a question about what we do, rehabilitation, just told me, gave me the definition of rehabilitation. That wasn't very valuable. And that's the key thing about requesting funds, meet the specifics of the organization's request. They feel that the general operating expenses, it falls into that great big hole of administration.
That's the donut hole of nonprofits.
Yeah.
The only way to get your general operating expenses generally is by writing a grant and putting a little bit of this and a little bit of that into it. So I always tell people, if you running a program, you can take a piece of the rent. You can take a piece of somebody's salary. Now it's the percentage of the FT. So what's your most difficult part about writing a grant?
It varies. Sometimes they just walk you into an easy one. Now, I'm doing the Christopher and Dana Reeve. We got funding from them a couple of years ago, and theirs is very involved. The more details, I like the general grant.
So the details get you.
Yeah, they do.
All right. I always found it a challenge to work with Excel and take the total salary and figure out the percentages.
Our accounting managers CPA, and so so is her assistant. So we've got all that.
What would you want to tell the younger grant writers coming into the field right now with AI right there for them?
I'm old. What can I say? Don't use it. Use your own creativity. You can't replace a brain. You can't replace experience with AI because AI is in general, right? It's not specific.
AI will never know your organization the way you know it.
Right.
That's the first thing. AI will never have the passion that you have for your organization.
Exactly.
And so that's where I have a problem with it. Use it as a language model. If you want to check out something you wrote, you want to beef it up, you want to tighten it, you have a page character limit or something, it's going to help you.
Yeah, Grammarly is good for that too. Grammarly is more down to earth.
AI and Grammarly, they don't agree.
Oh, really?
So if you give the same paragraph that, AI wrote, Grammarly is going to correct it. That's what I find.
Yeah, I like Grammarly.
I'm trying to play around with it to see how grant writers can use it successfully and where they shouldn't. So asking different people their thoughts really is helpful. I want to thank you, Stephen.
Oh, you're very welcome.
This has been really enlightening. I feel great when I hear that we're helping so many nonprofit organizations, and we constantly send out emails letting you know what grant is available. So it's right there in your face. That's probably how you saw the one that you won.
Right.
Just keep going and serving the community that you serve, because otherwise they won't get served. If you could make a wish right now for funding, what would it be for?
A new roof.
And if somebody's listening to this and they wanted to send you something, how would they find you?
www.GrantTusa.org.
And there's a contact us on there, I'm sure, right?
Yes, there's contact, and anything dealing with funding goes to me.
Okay, great. And I hope you do hear from somebody, because it's definitely a worthwhile cause.
Thank you.
And I'm Libby Hikind, the host of GrantTalk, and thank you for spending your half hour with us today.
Thank you for tuning into GrantTalk, powered by GrantWatch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all your local podcast feeds today.